I'm Madison.
Hi, I'm Tori.
And this is The Real Knitwives of Hunterdon County.
And it is spring! Ah! It is my favorite time of year.
I'm so excited.
Look, it's light outside.
It's still light out, guys. It will not be like this the entire video. Sad to say, but we are getting light and staying lighter longer.
I was outside today and it was warm and the birds were singing and the trees are blooming.
Yep.
My favorite time of year.
So lucky to be alive right now.
Yes. Boo winter, go yourself. We're better off without you. Spring all the way. Love spring so much.
I'm here for it because I'm ready to, not have to wear all the heavy layers, but I'm also kind of mourning the nice heavy sweater season,
Yeah. I literally finished a nice heavy
worsted weight,
really dark colors sweater that is made for winter right at the cusp of spring, so
it's fine.
Oops.
It's fine.
Yeah. It'll be nice and prepped for winter next year.
Yeah. So what's on the docket tonight is a little bit of ketchup, like normal. You know how we do.
Not mustard, lots of ketchup.
Lots of ketchup. And a little bit of Bangin FOs and a little bit of WIP Corner and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of spring talk.
We already started it off with spring talk.
I know, but more and more and more. We have a lot to talk about tonight. Mm-hmm. So why don't we get into a little bit of a life update?
Okay.
And yeah, let's go from there. So I have been ill for 2 weeks. So I haven't seen Tori in a hot minute because I've been dying.
Yep. And I've just been coasting along just like normal. So
yeah,
I mean, that's my life update is I'm here.
We're both alive. We have had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of family events coming up. Easter is next week. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to be taking the nice long plane ride to Arizona, the state of my birth, for a family wedding. So yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my family is doing Easter because so it's supposed to be at my grandma's house.
Okay.
My grandma's 92. We've been through this, I made her the shawl, the hat. So she is unfortunately feeling a lot of arthritis pain.
Okay.
And so we were going to have it at her house. But then she went to the hospital the other day because she thought she had chest pains, but she's fine.
Okay. She's fine.
Yes.
God, she's fine.
She's fine. She's now in rehab. They're taking care of her and whatnot, and she's in good spirits. So we're wondering if we're going to have Easter.
Okay.
Which is going to be difficult for moi, because I have a small puppy.
Yes.
Who is such a cutie. I'm really falling in love with the little pup.
Good.
And my mom was like, oh, you can bring her. And I know she's going to be chaotic because she's a puppy. But the kids will love her. So it's...
Yeah. And it'd probably be good for her to be around,
Oh, yeah. Of course.
This age is a great age for socializing. Not only, more with your family, but with extended family. She gets used to there's going to be small kids there. Gets used to small kids. It's a good thing to start now.
Right.
Rather than wait.
Right. So we'll see if we have Easter. If not, I'm probably going to be staying home and eating chocolate bunnies.
Fair.
Which is my goal all the time. So every store in the entire universe right now is selling Easter candy and especially these gold chocolate bunnies that are they're so good.
They are.
And they're my weakness. And so every time I see them, I always buy a couple.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting eating one at the kitchen table today while I'm working, and Sean comes by and he's like, "What are you eating?" And I was just like, "A chocolate bunny." And he's like, "Why? Where'd you get it from?" And I was like, "The store. Where do you think I got it from?"
Where do you think it came from?
Yeah, he's like, "You're not allowed to go to grocery shopping ever again." And then he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna eat the Reese's that you got me for Valentine's Day." He opens up the cabinet and the box is empty. Oops. I was craving chocolate. I'm sorry.
You know what? He waited too long. Valentine's Day was almost 2 months ago.
He did.
Boy waited too long.
Boy did wait too long.
No.
Anyway, so he was offended. He was like, "Are you kidding me?" And I was like, "Do you want a chocolate bunny?" And he's just like,
I can't believe it.
He's like, "You have another chocolate bunny?" I literally pull it out of my jacket pocket and hand it to him.
Nice.
And he's like, what the heck? Nice. I was like, "This is who you married."
Yeah, no.
I love chocolate.
No, I absolutely love chocolate. Dan gave chocolate for Lent, and I've been eating chocolate nonstop around him. So he's got like an iron will. But you were talking chocolate bunnies. My favorite Easter candy is the Cadbury mini eggs. And that I only want the dark chocolate ones. I don't want the milk chocolate ones. And I'm so adamant about it because last year, now I've been getting these for years, like picking up bags, you know.
Of course. I've been getting these bunnies for years too.
For years. Like this is my Easter candy, and I stock up and I get myself through the Easter season with Cadbury dark chocolate mini eggs. 2022 Easter came around, there were no dark chocolate mini eggs. Ooh. There was only milk chocolate. I even asked my mother, my couple of my aunts in different states, like, "Do you have these in any of your grocery stores, your Target, your Walmart?"
Did you start in the Cadbury factory?
I was so pissed.
Wow.
And so this year, when I was shopping in Target, I was not expecting it because I did not want to off again. I did not want to be depressed.
Not one be disappointed once more by the Cadbury.
Lo and behold, Target in Bridgewater had a whole section of just the dark chocolate ones. I bought 5 bags. I am on my last bag. Yeah. Anyway.
Chocolate
is good.
Yes. And it's always a tradition for me personally, since I was a kid, to eat my chocolate bunny on Easter.
Okay.
And like I would get like, and my parents would be like, "Gotta like save it. Like, you can't eat it all at once. It's gonna make you sick." It has never made me sick.
It's never made me sick.
No. I love that chocolate bunny.
They're good. But yeah, so my sister-in-law normally hosts Easter, and this year she talked about doing an adult Easter egg hunt with like money and little shots of booze and eggs. I am very excited. What?
Well, how much money are we talking about?
I mean, I don't know, like a couple of, it's probably just going to be like pocket change, but like, honestly, like even
Why
just like
a pocket change for kids?
Well, no, not like pocket, like, I mean like 1s and 5s and like.
Honestly, I would be like, "Hey, can we hunt for candy? Because I would want candy."
I mean, also I think there's going to be like candy in some of these. Like, I'm not expecting her to buy like $200 worth of little booze bottles and hide them around her yard.
And like, can they fit in plastic eggs?
We'll figure it out. Either that or we're going to like I will have a full recap for you.
Please.
If this actually comes to fruition. She's on spring break this week, so she has the time. Yeah.
Can we like, for all the working adults out there and like.
I miss spring break.
My God.
All right. So.
Now we're going to talk about our Bangin FOs.
Bangin FOs. All right. You want to go first?
Yeah, I do, because I have some FOs that I have finished and I'm really happy and proud of.
Good.
So the first one I mentioned in the beginning, which is this beautiful sweater that has no spring quality to it at all. Look how dark this is. Look at it. And it's heavy. It's worth it.
It's gorgeous, though.
It is gorgeous. This is Goldstar by Max the Knitter. So one of my favorite designers. He obviously made the Unbearable hoodie, which I love, and then taught her how to do it and did it 2 other times. When Madison showed me this pattern that he came out with it, I immediately bought it. And I got this yarn for my birthday, and this is the fiber company Cumbria. So this is their Masham, Merino, and mohair mix.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's got some bounce to it. It definitely has some prickle factor, so I'm definitely gonna wear like something underneath it, but it's got its warmth as well.
Cool.
Do you want to share one of yours?
Sure. I'm going to share this one because it's gotten a lot of love on this podcast. This is my finished Sophie scarf.
Ooh.
This is out of Ball Yarns La Jolla. Chelsea Lux mohair in the color Pink Peony. And Kremka Soul Wool in the Stellaris like cream gold color. But it's very, very fun. I love the modification that I made to it. Rhonda from Grace and Pearl recommended doing several rows in between the increases and decreases to make it a much longer, more of a scarf rather than a necktie. And I absolutely love that it has extra length. And I only used about half of the merino and the mohair.
Wow.
To do this.
So you can make another.
I can make another. I'm very excited. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to use the remainder of the yarn that I have.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to make what's that hat? I made it earlier this year, and I'll insert a picture with,
Isn't it like the Parkview hat or something?
Yes, thank you. It's the Parkview hat by Tracie Millar of the Grocery Girls. And, it's another fun textured hat that also you can use mohair in. And I figured I would use the Stellaris in it, but I'm only going to use the Stellaris up top. And I'm probably only going to use the mohair up top as well. The ribbing on the, brim is going to just be the merino.
Oh, interesting.
So you'll see a juxtaposition, like
it'll be fuzzy and then not fuzzy.
And then not fuzzy.
Sparkly up here, sparkly not here. Spark, no
spark. But yeah, so I'll give you guys a closer look. Sorry if I just
you didn't.
Okay, good.
She's not abusing me this time.
Not abusing you this time. But yeah, you can see that there's obviously pink, magenta, some brownie colors,
some fuzz.
So lots and lots of fuzz, of course. It's my bubblegum princess scarf and I love it. So yeah, that's my Sophie scarf, everybody.
All right. So everybody remembers the yarn that I made, the yak yarn.
Yes.
That I spun from Rhinebeck. Okay. Well, I made my first finished object with yarn that I've made myself.
Yay!
So this is the Foliage hat. So I'm going to hold it close so you could see the leaf pattern that shows up here.
That's so fun.
So what I really like about this is, number one, it's made of yak. So now it's really a nice warm beanie.
Very cool.
And number two, it's foliage. So when you look far away, it just looks like, a normal hat. But when you look close at it, it has that leaf pattern in it, and you can really see. And it's got this nice halo, kind of like you would get from mohair, but a little bit less. Yeah, it's soft. So it definitely, I was really happy that I had enough to make a hat, and how it came out, and you could see the leaf pattern, and it's yarn that I made.
I think that's amazing. And I love how the colors turned out.
Yes. And the color, how they transition. Yeah. And yes, I'm very happy with how it came out and how it knitted up and how I made it. I made
everything about the hat she's in love with.
Yes, I made it.
I love it. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention that the Foliage. The Foliage hat is by Irina Dmitrieva.
Dmitrieva?
Yeah, that's what her last name is.
Okay, cool. Probably Russian or Polish.
Probably.
Okay.
It sounded like when I was writing it down, I was like, ooh, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
So it's a free pattern and highly recommend.
Nice. Okay. All right. So speaking of something, now I didn't make the yarn, but the pattern is my design. So this is the latest design from MADesigns. This is the Hebrides cowl. It's got this lovely wave stitch, kind of mesh lace. It's worked flat in Erin weight yarn up until, you go as long as you want. And then you end up binding off and then seaming it up the side I used a mattress stitch. But you can use whatever seaming stitch you want.
Yeah.
And I also wrote it in an infinity cowl version, so it's a bit longer. This one is designed in Iona wool, which is a hand dyer local single origin yarn off of one of the isles off of Scotland called Iona. It's in this lovely mustard color because I don't know how to do anything else apparently. And then my infinity cowl, I will just insert a picture of me wearing it because I can find it. It's probably somewhere else in my house.
Right.
I made it out of Juniper Moon Farm Cumulus Rainbow in the color Peacock Feather. So it's a definitely different texture than this rustic, but honestly, you can use any worsted or Erin weight yarn as long as you meet the stitch gauge. Because it's really important. You don't want this to be super tight to your neck. It won't be comfortable. You'll suffocate and hurt yourself. But right now the pattern is on Ravelry, and for I've promoted the code. It's open for a couple days, so by the time this podcast episode airs, it will no longer be happening. But if you're interested and you're subscribed to the podcast, find me. And you might get a little surprise. Surprise. But yeah, so that's the Hebrides cowl. Yay.
Yay. So you're talking about your outside, your stem off from knitting activities. I have some new activities that I am going to share.
Okay.
Some life updates, but more yarn wise.
Okay.
So I started dyeing yarn.
Fun.
So here's something that I've dyed. This nice bright reddish orange color.
Cool.
It's supposed to be more red, but I'm testing it out. So I'm using acid dyes. I'm using citric acid, so nothing too hazardous. This is something that I dyed. It was all white before. So this is from Conversational Threads, Fiber Art Studio in Pennsylvania. And so I, challenged myself to do kind of like I want to say primary colors, but like blending it together. So you can hopefully see.
Ooh.
That they blend together.
Very nice.
At some sections, to make green and orange. I had a lot of fun with this. I love how vibrant it came out. I'm very excited to keep dyeing. I have like a lot of raw wools and like a lot of different breeds, so I can try a lot of different colors and breeds and stuff like that and see what sticks. What I did, so I found out that this mystery wool that I had, or fiber that I got, is merino. Not merino. It's mohair. It's like straight. It's kid mohair. It's super soft.
Okay.
I actually think I have a lock of it. So,
ooh,
feel that.
That's really soft. Look, guys.
Yeah. So, and I have a lot of that, and so I carded it. It's washed, and like it doesn't have the lanolin on it, so it's going to take the dye a lot easier. So I'm going to dye some of it, and we'll see what colors come out. I have other things that I've dyed here. So I have this beautiful lime green. That was really fun. I have this nice creamsicle color, so it's with orange that I like, a bright orange that I dyed, and then I carded it with some white, so kind of, you know, makes it look creamsicle.
Cool.
And then like I, you know, took some random fiber and kind of like colored it with like purples and pinks and green, and really I'm just really testing the water. I have no idea what I'm doing.
We're just learning as we go.
We're learning as we go.
Cool.
Definitely having a lot of fun with it though.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
I got a new spinner.
Oh, nice.
Also. So I bought myself a sidekick.
Okay.
And I've been spinning on it. This is Lemon Cookies by Piano Spun Fibers. And it is probably the best thing I've ever spent money on, because it just it makes your yarn so consistent. It's so quiet. It's so, I'll have to show it on the podcast because it's so tiny. I'll just bring it everywhere that I go.
Nice.
It has a little carrying case and stuff like
That's
that.
Cute.
Oh, I'm having so much fun with it. It is such a dream. Honestly, like if you're a spinner and you can afford it, I highly recommend a sidekick. Highly recommend. Satch will not let you down. They are awesome. Amazing.
Very fun.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing.
Very cool. Well, I've got a couple whips to share.
So we're going to our WIP corner.
Yes. WIP corner. All right. I'll go first. So what I've been working on this evening, which last podcast was only a cast on edge. This is how far we've gotten. I've been very much
invested.
No, I've been like, what's the word? I'm normally polyamorous with my knitting. I've been very non-polyamorous with my knitting.
Monogamous?
Sure, we'll call it that. But this is the Cloudbow by Reed Keys. It was in Pom Pom number 40, issue number 40. It's an all-over mohair blouse that is going to end up with a peplum bottom. It's seamed. Well, it's not seamed. You start off with 2 panels, and from there you sprout sleeves, you sprout a torso, and you sprout a collar. In whatever order.
Right.
I guess. I've done both the sleeves. I've done the torso panels. I started the hem.
Right.
But I decided, because I want to be able to try it on before it's done, because I'm trying to figure out what else to wear it with, I'm going to finish the collar.
Nice.
So the collar is going to be a folded collar, just like the sleeves end up with a folded little hem. What is this called? I forgot. There's a folded hem on the sleeves. So, which was a lot of fun to try. I don't know that it's my favorite thing to do on a sleeve, but it does help with the billowy effect because it really like sucks in the sleeve. So it's
makes
definitely
it like
there.
A balloon effect.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see this finished, but I ordered a couple different outfit choices.
Nice.
So just image this lovely cloud blouse with, it's going to be worn at a wedding, and my footwear are Doc Martens. I will make sure that there's pictures for the next podcast episode. It's going to be fun. What is the face?
I don't understand.
So the wedding I'm going to is a cowboy themed wedding, but I don't do cowboy boots.
Oh, okay. So your closest thing is
closest thing is Doc Martens. Like, I'm not going to go out and buy cowboy boots to match this outfit.
Yeah.
I'm just going to wear my equivalent of cowboy boots, which are Doc Martens. So.
Right. Okay.
We're going with like edgy bubblegum princess. Yeah. Tori's not into it. I'm very excited. It's fine. You don't have to get it.
I'm grandma. I don't get it.
It's fine. But yeah, so that is the Cloudbow blouse by Reed Keys. And I can't wait to be done. It'll be done by the next podcast. So
Yeah, you need to be done soon, so.
It'll probably be done by the end of the week.
Right.
So.
She'll be posting stuff on Instagram. Look out for it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what about you?
So I'm working on it just looks like a blob right now.
It looks like a very nice blob.
It's a very nice blob. So it's called the all over what is it called? All-purpose pullover. There we go.
Okay. Is it out of Lion Brand Heartland?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, I have that yarn.
I know, you do. So this is from I bought this pattern from the C Word. And it's by Erin von Holdt. Okay. And it's my it's my kind of tweak on the all-purpose pullover because it's supposed to be single crochet and I'm doing double for the body all the way up. So once I get to a certain point, then I'm gonna start on the front panel and then the back panel. I already have a sleeve done. And then I'm gonna do another sleeve and yeah, I'm gonna seam it all together.
Very nice.
But yeah, I haven't really done like crochet garments a lot, so figured I needed another crochet garment, something to like lay around in, and figured this would be a nice something to lay around in.
Cool. I like the color.
Thank you.
It's gonna be fun.
I know. I was very excited.
All right. So my other WIP that I've been working on, because the last month or so I was working on the Hebrides cowl, this. And another design of mine, which has no name at the moment, and it got kind of put on the back burner because I've been doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But this is what we got so far. So it's a colorwork cowl.
Ooh.
And it's made out of, I'm going to forget what it's made out of.
We're the worst.
We work during the day, guys. It's hard.
We have husbands to take care of. Can't remember everything.
Do we actually take care of them?
I mean,
I left mine to fend for himself. I ran downstairs and I told him I was turning the heat off. It's made out of tenderfoot in 3 different colors. And tenderfoot is a definitely more of a... It's not as rustic as the Iona, but it's definitely not super soft.
If you know Madison, she likes 2 things. Mustard and rustic yarn.
And mohair.
Okay, 3 things.
But yeah, I really got inspired by these colors because I love the mint aqua with the burgundy. It's coming kind of more off black, but
yeah, it's reminding me of mint chocolate chip with strawberry ice cream.
At the moment, yes. Yeah. But so the whole idea, so I did a corrugated rib. This is gonna be the top. And then we're gonna have some sort of flower motif.
Ooh, for spring.
And by the time that this episode is posted, there will be a tester call out on my page for this design. So if you're interested, I will make sure to have the tester link in the description. You guys can sign up. I'll have it open for a couple of days. So say this episode's out by maybe the 15th of April, I'll have the tester call open till the 18th of April.
Nice.
So,
calling all testers.
If you want to see more of this, look out for the tester call.
I'm always intrigued by mystery knit-alongs.
It'll be fun. It'll be so much fun. You already know what everything looks like.
Yeah.
So, it's not a mystery for you.
I mean, what I create with it is going to be a mystery.
Sure. We'll go there. But you don't have to use the same yarn as me. It's actually great if you don't, because that means we can get a real test of gauge.
What weight is that?
So this is a fingering weight.
Okay.
And I am currently using a US size 5.
Okay.
But that's because I'm a tight knitter and I'm especially tight with my color work. So you probably get away with a size 4 depending on your gauge, but obviously gauge will be included in the tester information.
Of course.
So anyway, that's my WIPs for right now. You have anything else?
Yeah, so okay. I am working on a sock or a pair of socks. I have one sock almost done. So, I mean, this is kind of wintry. Like, I think of it as like fire and stuff.
Ooh.
So this is called Tallulah's Heart.
That's fun.
So I'm like, here's the top of the sock.
I love it.
And this is within a book. So it is the big book of knitted socks.
Ooh.
So there's a ton of colorwork socks in here. Absolutely fantastic charts. Very laid out, very easy to follow. I'm very excited to finish this sock and then to make another one.
Yeah.
So it is made with Zarabal Crazy. So that is the shifting colors that you see throughout with the red. And then the nice stable gray color you see is Emma's yarn, and it's in their sock weight.
Very cool. So I lied. I actually do have one more WIP.
You're a liar.
I am such a big freaking liar.
Big freaking liar.
So I started a sock class. And I haven't had a lot of time since Thursday to knit on these socks because it definitely takes more concentration. But I started the class. It's with Steen Hagen at Beyond Yarn. She's teaching toe up at 2 at a time. So I've got little toe beans, guys.
Little toes.
And I'm not even worried that the socks aren't gonna match because I didn't take time to wind my skeins up in the right way. And Steen was like, you know your socks aren't gonna match. And I said, it's more of a fact that we just need socks to function.
They need to be socks.
And then next time we will worry about matching socks.
Your socks are not going to match. I just want them to be a structure of a sock.
So, and this is my dilapidated crazy Zauberball. And it's got these greens, yellow, some blue, a lot of red.
Yes.
And then my other ball I've just gotten to like the green portion.
Right.
So these socks are not going to match, but the fact that like I successfully cast on these stupid socks.
She made toes, guys.
I've got portions of toes. I think I can fit like 2 toes at the moment.
Hey, you can
We're
fit toes
excited.
In. Yes, we're excited.
We're excited.
Eventually, I'll be passing on this wonderful color work book to Madison. I'll be like passing the torch. I'll be like, here, look at all these beautiful socks and these patterns that you can play with.
Or I'll just design my own.
Look at the socks.
It's pretty. It's pretty. All right.
Look at little kids.
Aww. You're just excited that I've started learning to do socks.
It is like my dream come true. The next thing that would be my dream come true is cables. If this killed 2 birds with 1 stone, I think I might start crying.
Well, these are just going to be vanilla socks. Sorry. We have to learn how to do socks before we can add fun things to the socks.
Cables are so... Okay. I don't know why she's so hung up on cables. Like, cables are literally like the first thing I learned. Only because I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me learn how to do it. And then like my first project literally had cables in it. And like, it's not hard.
All right. I think the whole thing is somewhere down the line, I liked a pattern and the person who I was talking to about the pattern, and I'm talking about years and years ago, before like I picked up like knitting as like an extension of my body and soul in 2020. I looked at cable knit sweater patterns and like saw like different cable knit patterns. And I had a person who was like, oh, well, that's like really difficult. So like I've been suppressing that. I think I figured that out while I was in therapy. I'm like, I've been suppressing a lot of no. People are horrible. Don't tell people things are difficult. Everyone can learn everything if they put their mind to it.
Yeah, some things might be intermediate or some things might be...
Like, we don't just jump into socks if we don't know how to knit and purl.
Yeah, the patterns have basic levels. Like,
yeah.
Every pattern is going to tell you if it's easy, hard, or intermediate. Any, like, it all depends on your preference and what you think you can do.
I think eventually I will have worked through the trauma of someone telling me that cables are difficult.
That's her trauma.
That's one of my many traumas. Okay. All right.
Labels are not difficult.
Oh, thanks. All right. Why don't we go ahead and, unless you have something else to share, we're going to go to the main event. Spring talk. Spring. All things spring. Spring. So, welcome to the main event.
Spring.
This episode is about all things spring. So, I'm going to take on the duty of sharing some lovely pattern inspiration for our lovely knitting community. Things that I'm planning on knitting and things that I've been inspired to possibly go pick up some yarn for to add to my knitting queue. But I'd say probably about 75% of the projects I'm about to mention are things that I already have yarn for in my stash. They are not newly released patterns. So they've been things I've been thinking about for a little while. And I'm very, very excited to start working on them. So first, I'm going to talk about a couple different tank tops that I have yarn for. So the first one is called the Plumeria top by Wool and Pine, and the yarn I've chosen for it is this lovely Crystal Splash by Created for You by Laura. It's all these lovely purples with some olive and teal tones. It's actually showing up really, really nice on camera.
Wow.
But it's got this lovely silky like consistency.
Oh yeah.
It's actually made 50% of superwash merino and tencel, which is a plant fiber.
Wow.
But it's got a lovely sheen. Plumeria is a tank top with like an kind of like an empire waist style. You make the bust pieces first, which are like triangles. You add little straps, and then you work the rest of the body. And it's got a lovely like lace textured bit at the hem. Okay. I think it's perfect for spring because it's going to be a good layering piece. You can wear that with a nice little like cardigan over top for some chillier days. But you know, in New Jersey, the weather changes on a dime. So you need to be able to, at 2 p.m, be in a tank top and shorts.
Yeah, like literally the morning will be like freezing, like below freezing. It'll be 30 degrees. So you'll be bundled up.
Yep.
And then the afternoon it'll be 79 degrees. And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah. So the Plumeria is great. It's got a lovely like I-cord strap.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be perfect for those transitional days.
Nice.
The next top I'm going to talk about is the Lupiini top, which is by Jenny Ansah. And I'm actually using Juniper Moon Farm Zoe in the color Luscious, which is this lovely lavender. It's a fingering weight pattern, and this is a cotton and linen blend. Again, perfect. A nice color for spring. And this style top is a crop style with a nice actual like thicker strap than the Plumeria, which was like the thin I-cord.
Yeah, like spaghetti straps.
Yeah, this is going to have a little more coverage, so it's going to definitely be more bra friendly. And the reason I really like this top is that Jenny made at the hem this lovely border inspired by lupine flowers.
Oh.
So they kind of remind me of lavender flowers.
Oh.
And it adds like a nice design aesthetic to the blouse. And it's kind of got like a V-neck shape to it. So both the Plumeria and the Lupiini top have a V-neck.
This feels very rustically, so I'm excited to see how this comes out in the top.
Me too. It's going to definitely hold a nice texture. And I believe Lupiini was designed with a linen blend as well.
Yeah.
So definitely on trend with that.
Yeah, the cotton/linen is going to be great for those hot days. So like once you get towards the end of spring where it's like May and it's like in the 80s and you're like, why isn't it summer yet? That would be great.
Yeah. All right. Now I've got 2 tanks, which I don't have the yarn for at the moment. The first is the Mooncrush tank by Jacqueline Cieslak. The Mooncrush tank, what inspired me with this one is it's a color block technique. So her original design is this like crimson red with taupe and cream, and it's got these lovely panels of just color blocking, and it's actually the technique used to make this top is intarsia.
Okay.
So it's a technique I've never done before, but I'm interested to try. It's another linen top. So the yarn I'm thinking about purchasing for it is Pearl Soho's linen quill. It's originally designed in another one of Pearl Soho's linen yarns, but the reason why I'm picking linen quill is it's got the same gauge as the yarn originally chosen for the pattern, and it's a little more economically friendly.
Nice.
So if you want to try this blouse out and do a similar yarn, it's a nice economically friendly option.
Right.
You could also probably use like Zoe as well. They're both with the linen. But that's that one. I love Jacqueline's patterns because they're also really, all these designs are size inclusive. But she is a larger busty lady, so it's nice to see how it looks on her body.
Right.
So I can actually see, oh, truth be told, yes, this shirt will actually look good on multiple different body types.
Right.
My last tank that I want to talk about is the Rosenlund top, which is by Sari Norland. I've been sleeping on Sari Norland designs. I've been inspired. I've been like loving them from behind the scenes. I've never done one, but this is definitely one that I'm interested in doing. It's got lovely eyelet lace motifs and some honeycomb cables.
But wait, is it with an actual cable needle?
Yeah. So again, another tank top. This one's definitely a little more structured, which I think this one would be really fun to wear with maybe like a button up, so you have a collar moment at almost like wearing it as a vest. If you have to wear it if you wanted to wear it into the office. It'd be a lot of fun, but you can definitely just wear it on its own with a cute pair of jeans or over, a cute dress for summer. And Sari has it designed in this kind of like sandy color. But I actually thought it would be really cool in like a terracotta color. So I was inspired to pick out Sandusgarn's Lina, which is their linen, like DK linen yarn in like an orange color called terracotta.
Nice.
And then I've got a couple tops that transition from spring to summer. So the first one is going to be the Sea Haven top, which I've done before, and I did it in a wool. I did an LSDK by Wonderland Yarns, and this I picked to do in a cotton blend, which is Sammy by Amano. It's the Peruvian organic cotton, and it's in ocean blue.
I did it in their green color with that same exact yarn.
Yeah.
I actually have yarn that to do that Sea Haven top in peach.
Oh, fun. But I wanted to redo this one. I had done the Sea Haven in a wool. The wool that I used, I love the yarn, but it's super wash. So it definitely like grew. And no matter how much I tried to shrink it, it would not shrink.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to redo it because I'm in love with this beautiful textured blouse by JST Knitwear Designs. Love you some Jen. But yeah, she originally designed it to be in a cotton or linen blend. And this design also comes in a sweater version, which you can use like merino wool or whatever you want.
I love mine for the winter time. And then I have my shirt that I haven't finished for the spring and, for just, classic wear, like,
fun.
Fun and fancy free.
So that is a cotton Sammy by Amano for the Sea Haven top. And then my last top is the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Guerin. And I actually picked out a 100% Shetland wool, Jamesons of Shetland in their Spindrift base. And this is their color, Fog, which it looks gray, but it's actually got little bits of teal and mauve in the spin. So it's definitely going to be a fun color change for the top.
So that's more like an early spring.
Early spring, definitely. So definitely more of I'll probably wear this more next year with like early like March. I probably would be able to get away with it in April. Some of the days are definitely gonna be cold again. But because it is fingering weight, it's not super heavy.
Right.
So I can get away with it for a little while yet. And the Salty Air Tee, the nice thing about this design is it's got a lovely lace detail at the collar. Not super like dramatic lace all over, just a nice little bit at the top. And I love the way that she does the sleeves on these. I just love how the length is, and you'll be able to see in the picture like how she has it designed. And again, all these garments are size inclusive. They have anywhere from 9 to 12 different sizes, spanning from like 32-inch size bust to a 68 size inch bust. So made sure you all have coverage. I've got one honorable mention because I've got a ton of weddings this year. I have a shawl design that I wanted to share, and it's the Wispy Haze by Jennifer Shields Toland or JST Designs. And the yarn that I have for this is Chelsea Luxe Duet, which is the Chelsea Luxe mohair and the slub. And it's in the color Grayson Pearl, which is the exclusive colorway for the Grayson Pearl yarn store in Avon by the Sea. It's got this lovely sand base with like dark beige and some pink coral. It's definitely a nice... It's pearl.
It's pearl.
It's pearl. It's definitely a beautiful accessory yarn to use for this shawl. And the whole nice thing about this shawl is there's nice little mohair sections, and then there's sections where you double up the mohair with the fingering weight.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll have more airy sections and then some nice little... almost like bubbles, it looks like
sea glass.
Exactly. But yeah, so it's the shawl design that I picked out for spring and summer. It'll look great with any dress or outfit that you've picked out for any of your weddings.
It's gonna be nice and light and airy too.
Yep. So it's gonna be just cute. It's not gonna give you too much, but especially if you have an outdoor wedding later in the evening, maybe it's got a little bit of a chill.
Right.
This will still add a little bit of warmth when you get cold.
So I found out something interesting recently about, I guess, different kinds of fibers. So you want to wear more of the wools during the winter and like definitely like during like snow seasons because it wicks away moisture. And moisture like that, especially in like really harsh climates, can be life-threatening. It can cause hypothermia. So if you have cotton or linen, it actually keeps the moisture onto you and it actually freezes you a lot faster than wool would. So it is also possible to wear wool during the summer because of that.
It's moisture wicking.
Yeah, that moisture wicking factor part of it. That's why a lot of colonial women, if you're like my family and go to colonial like historic places with like people who are actually like churning butter and like wearing the colonial garb or like Victorian style, a lot of it is made out of wool. And like the fun part of it is that it wicks away moisture, so
you can wear it no matter how hot out it is, and you should be okay. I mean, I would not recommend wearing a worsted weight sweater in July or August.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying
don't do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that it has like great moisture wicking properties. You know, part of it, like why the animals survive so much is because that's literally what sheep do.
Yeah.
And if you're ever camping in the woods or in like harsh climate, do not wear cotton.
No.
All right. Idea. But I'm going to get to my spring segment, which is color. Oh my goodness. Because I'm dyeing colors, I am just really experimenting with what spring means to me in terms of colors. So, that's why I have like such bright, heavy colors. Is because I'm thinking of like tulip flowers. Like if you pop a nice like red tulip in the middle of the screen, like you'll understand like bright tulip, like tulips and flowers everywhere. So one of the yarns that I have that I really thought of spring when I bought it is this Dower Balls Crazy. So look at all those pinks, those blues. Like when I look at it, I'm just like, wow, this is really like spring. It like slaps you in the face. Like you could just like imagine like the sun in this yellow and like the sky in this blue, and then the pink. You could imagine the flowers and the cherry blossoms. Super excited about that. The next thing I'm probably going to use this for, and this is what a nice like soft like walk in the park kind of color way. Like it's got this nice soft green and nice soft blue intertwined, and I'm thinking of making a nice like lace shawl out of this. So this is actually lace silk, so it's 100% silk. That's and you can see all that blue and that green in there, and that's like, it reminds me of like a nice soft day. Really like it's soft itself. Really like summer, like you would just, you know, like it's something peaceful, you know, like spring is to me like peaceful.
Here, can I?
Oh yeah,
play with it for a second. It's squishy.
Yeah. And then a color combination that I really want to try out is this yellow, this nice bright yellow, and this nice variety color. So you got those blue tones, you got those pinks, and then you got the yellow in there. Not sure what I want to do with it. Oh, and you got some purples in there too. So like this also is like, it screams spring, but a little less. It's like spring instead of like the other one was just like spring. So like, yeah, this is like more like you could definitely feel the cool tones in here. Definitely you have some warmth, but the cool tones kind of override the entire ball. Yeah. But I think with this nice like bright yellow, you could definitely feel the warmth coming out of it.
Yeah. It's gonna pull out all those colors too. Like even not even just the yellow, but you're going to get to see all those greens because they're contrasting off of this yellow.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to be eye-catching to this nice variety of colors.
You don't have a project picked for that one yet.
No, but I'm thinking, like, this reminds me of the colors I picked for the Gather shawl.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So this might be another shawl only because, like, it's screaming like a shawl to me. I'm feeling shawls, obviously. There. So, more colors that I'm willing to like really dive deep into are probably like, this is the time of year where I would choose pinks. Okay. I'm not a huge pink person, not usually pink purple. So I'm trying to expand my boundaries. And then obviously I have a lot of green to pair it with. Yes. Just like to bring it back to flowers. Really just love the contrast of flowers and the bright green that you get when everything is like growing. Yeah. And maybe like pink and brown for like cherry blossoms, or we can add a splash of white in there. And we can add some contrasting colors as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely, if you couldn't tell, I was pulled towards more of like the purples and like a bit of the blues.
Definitely cooler colors. Here.
Yeah. Which is a bit of a change from like what I've been going toward with, like, I've been loving rust and mustard and burgundy and like all those colors.
A pattern with Madison is that during the cooler months, she will choose warm colors.
Because I want it to be bright.
She wants to be warm.
I want the sun. So I'm making the sun.
So when it's hot outside, she's choosing cool colors because she wants to stay cool.
I want to stay in my cave in the dark.
Yes. So
I want what I can't have.
Right. So it's an obvious pattern that, you know, for the spring/summer season, she's choosing the cooler colors.
Yeah. But I feel like I try to think about what I like to wear in the different seasons. And I like to almost go back to nature. So I'm thinking more of like the irises and the pansies that are just popping up everywhere and the daffodils. I have crocuses blooming in my yard.
Beautiful.
So I'm thinking about those beautiful purples and, you know, I've got these other wildflowers that are like this light blush and white that are popping up in my yard as well. And I'm just inspired by those colors. Like, yes, I'm a huge tulip fan, but when it comes to tulips, I actually love the blush pink, the purple, the midnight black varieties.
Yeah.
I like my tulips emo. I'm okay with like red and yellow and orange.
She likes her emo spring.
I like my emo spring with my Doc Martens. Anyway.
And I clearly love the color pop.
I'm seeing a lot of color pops on your end.
Yes, a lot of color pop. I'm sick of the bland wet landscape of winter.
Okay.
I want color back into my life.
Fair.
So obviously I am choosing a ton of color.
I can see that.
I'm going to try to experiment with pastels.
Okay.
That's what I also like. Not only do I like bright slap in your face colors, but I also like pastels during this time as well, because you got that soft.
This is the right time for it.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if anything, if now is the time for anything, it's pastels and probably bright colors, because nature is bright colors. And pastels.
Yeah. But I hope that gives you a good window into like what is inspiring us for spring. There's a ton of patterns out there that span every like window of the horizon,
of course,
from lace to texture to cables, that you can incorporate any yarn. And just because I mentioned a lot of linen and Tori mentioned a lot of bright, that doesn't mean that's what you have to do.
Right.
What's really important is that this time period is a period of renewal. So whatever is going to bring you a renewal of joy, happiness, as the season is blooming with all of the green and the pretty flowers, that's what you need to do. Winter's a bitch, and we're getting rid of it. We're done. No more winter. Done. You're canceled, winter. Winter is canceled. And now we're bringing color back into our lives. Yeah. And we're bringing energy and renewal, and we're no longer depressed because it's winter. It's no longer winter. It's spring. It's spring. It's spring. But yeah, a couple things before we kind of wrap this up. Housekeeping things. So our next Zoom craft night is April 21st. There will be a sign up in the description box below. It's super, super fun. There's a good group of us that meet on that Friday to talk about projects that we're working on, possible questions we have about things we're running into, problems we're running into. And just to chill, you know, like just to hang out. It's a nice break from the hustle and bustle of life. And something that is awesome that's coming out of the Zoom craft night, and we'll have more details on our next podcast, is we're hosting our first craft along. And we'll have more details soon for you. Lots more details. But we're really excited to be doing that. It's going to be both knit and crochet. Yes. And yeah, it's going to be starting probably about like second week of May. And it's going to run about 6 weeks, but that's all the details you're getting for right now. Right. We'll come back to you with more details later this month. Right. But yeah. So sign up for the Zoom craft night. Look for more details on the craft along. That'll start mid-May. If you're interested in the tester call, I'll have the tester call for my new pattern in the show notes. Do you have any housekeeping? No, just like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. If you have questions, here's our email. Check us out on Instagram and on TikTok. All that information will be in the show notes as well. The show notes are in the description of the video. Down. Just click, there'll be a more and ... click that. And they'll be everywhere. Lots of links for you to like and follow and all the things. But yeah, other than that, I think we did it. We good. All right. We sprung into action. All right. I'm Madison. I'm Tori. And this has been The Real Knitwives of Hunterdon County. Bye. Stay nifty.